What's up, boys and girls? Jonathan Mercado here.
Ben Rudnick.
Rudnick? Hey,
Last thing I knew.
I noticed something off of you. You don't have glasses on.
A little different today. Had a little eye exam this morning.
Oh.
Switching it up. Well, again, as most people at the show knew, a little bit different here, a little bit different here.
Yeah, you're right. Here. I didn't even notice.
We just keep changing up the look.
I like it. It makes you look like like a ready studious, very handsome. Ladies, he's not single, so don't go after him. He's got a girl. And
yeah, Becca might watch this.
Yeah,
so
she might be watching this. Hi, Beck. But anyways, today we're going to call this Finish Line Friday.
Yes, Finish Line. And why would we be saying this? Because something important, I can't remember what it is, but I believe something we just finished up with.
And it was, let me tell you, MX 2022 was super successful. Thank God. We enjoyed all the dealers that came through. You guys are the MVPs. You know, all the vendors that supported the show. Pretty much it was a day of, how can I put it in one simple word? Madness.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to make sure we thank all the vendors, all of our manufacturer partners for helping us out. But I think a big, huge thank you has to go to the dealer base.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just say that we had awesome attendance. Feedback from our vendors are that you guys were more engaging than almost any crowd. I mean,
yeah, you guys were
awesome.
Asking questions. You guys were, talking about product, and every vendor was extremely happy with the questions that they were being asked. They weren't being asked, oh, what's going on with this product or that product. No, it's like, hey, what's the future? What's this? What's that? How can I get this amplifier to work with this EQ, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So thank you guys. You guys rock.
Yeah, I mean, again, everybody's going around. Everybody wanted to scan them QR codes, which, again, we're going to get into. That was sponsored by Memphis, our vendor spotlight of the week.
Yep.
So a lot of people were going around to get those QR codes, but that wasn't the only thing you guys did. You actually did ask questions.
Yeah.
So I think
the
vendors got a lot of great feedback.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys got just as much out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
well attended classes, ton of trainings, ton of people at the show. Thank you very much, you guys, for attending. But we want to also thank our platinum sponsor vendors at the show. I'm going to kick it off to Ben. He's going to start off with the top 13, and I'm going to finish it off.
And then we're going to finish it off. So, again, we had our 4-shot parlay, which I think that was awesome. That was a cool addition to our repertoire of giveaways and prizes and fun stuff that we had. So going from top down, we started out with Sony with that $1 million giveaway. So thank you to Sony, Rick, Chris, Jacob, all the guys at the booth. That was really awesome. I think everybody loved it. And Rick, thank you again. Also did the keynote speech, so that was tremendous as well. Thank you again. I'm going to kind of break a little bit here, but thank you to everybody for showing up early for that. I think we had
let me tell you, never in the probably the 11 years of doing expos, I've never seen it that packed first thing in the morning for the keynote speaker. I think a lot of you guys were excited to see the outcome in the future and learn about better business practices for your businesses. And Rick and so did Chris Cook. Thank you very much. You guys did an outstanding job. Going back to Sony, they did have a real nice ES demo Subaru there. So if you got a chance to listen to it and listen to the ES product, awesome stuff.
Yep, absolutely. And they also gave away a 65-inch TV.
Yeah, they gave it a 65-inch. Oh, and not only that, they also sponsored some rooms.
Yeah, some of the accommodations as well. So again, big thank you there. So going to the next 4-shot parlay, we had Boss. So again, it was awesome. Doug, thank you very much for coming out and supporting. I think we got a lot of good feedback in there. It's a relatively new addition to the GoFast family. Seems to be really taken on. And again, thank you so much for that $500,000 opportunity.
I know, 4-shot parlay. Holy crap. And not only that, the side-by-side that the dealer did, and also the comments that I got about the side-by-side, sounded actually really fantastic for what it was. I actually spoke to the dealer about about the side by side that he built for the show, and he said installation, plug and play. So great. Thank you very much for bringing that. Doug, appreciate you guys. Everybody at Boss, you guys are awesome.
Yep, and then Diamond Audio rounding out that huge 4-shot parlay they did with a $250,000 sponsor.
This close. This close. He was inches away.
I think my heart's still pounding from this.
I've never heard, like, we had it live on TVs. You saw it, and everybody was, like, yelling, like, oh, my God, he's gone.
We were close.
Inches.
That was awesome. But, yeah, thank you, Richard, for coming up there, sponsoring that. It was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You guys had a motorcycle display going on. You also had a nice diamond booth display. A lot of questions. I had a motorcycle there. A lot of guys enjoyed the sound quality of it. So definitely take a look at them for obviously some of the motorcycle products and UTV and off-road products. Yep. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, another really, really, really popular booth at the shop. We got Lucas Lighting coming up next. So Mike, Steve, Phil, thank you very much. They were the bracelet sponsors. Some of you may still have them on. It's kind of like going to the club in 1999. You still keep that bracelet on the next day when you go to work. So you could take those off at this point in time.
No, you can keep them on. They're waterproof.
Leave it on until next year, and then
whatever you
can keep adding to it every year.
So,
so thank you to Lucas Lighting. I feel like we got a lot more people rocking with the Lucas Lighting guys now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Also going through Solar Guard, John Nicholas. Thank you very, very much for coming down. Did a couple different things sponsoring there. That was the breakfast buffet, and then some of you walked away with some pretty sweet tumblers.
Yeah, those tumblers are pretty cool. Nice.
I was gonna say, got some pretty good reviews on those things. So I don't know who it was that made the final decision on that exact one, but it was a good one. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
I've got a lot of comments about those tumblers. Nice big tumbler, hard steel, and it had the nice Solar Guard logo on one side and GoFast on the other. A lot of guys are like, "Can I get another one?" I was like, unfortunately, it was to the first 100 attendees. So, sorry, buddy.
Yep. And then keeping rock and rolling down, we got Sirius XM. So thank you, Paul. Obviously, I've known Paul for quite a while, Circuit City days. Great to see you back at the show. And that was sponsoring our concession stand.
Yes, sir.
So Sirius XM, that kind of ties in with a lot of the other platinum sponsors that we have out there as well. You can attach that pretty much to, not every single radio that's out there, but quite a few different radios. So SXV 300 V1s. Attach them, look at the promos, but they had some other stuff that they were showing there as well.
Yeah, they definitely, I think that SXV300 V1, if you are not attaching those to every Sirius XM radio that you sell, you're losing out on money. It's the easiest installation. You can charge hour and a half for installation. Why not, boys?
Yep, absolutely. Keeping that train rolling. First Tech, thank you. I think Danny and Doug and JV were over there for a while. They were sponsoring that beautiful and well-supported happy hour at the end. I think some people were getting a little anxious for that part of the day to come around.
Yeah, it was a nice long day, but let me tell you, tons of knowledge in that whole room. I couldn't believe it. And then to finish it off the day with a cocktail, thank you very much, First Tech, for sponsoring the cocktail hour.
And for doing 2 trainings that day. Double duty. I know it's always packed, so thank you very much there. And then Rydeen, we had Ruben and Phil. They also helped support with some accommodations.
Yep. If you didn't get a chance to see that van, it's pretty cool. They were showing off their blind spot detectors, their
new Tombow?
Tombow. I was going to say Tomboy, but the new Tombow camera. That piece is pretty cool. So all the people that do Lyft, Wise, anything like that, the Tombow camera is great because it's a whole 360 view of the vehicle and it records. So definitely check that out. Check out the blind spot detection. Check out what else. They had a bunch of stuff on that van. I was like, holy crap.
Oh, absolutely.
And he drove it all the way from Cali over here too, which I was like, wow.
Putting the miles on.
So thank you very much, Phil, and Ruben for doing that for us.
Yep, absolutely. Going next, Racesport, Ignacio. Always lighting it up for us, always coming. It was great to see you there again.
Ignacio always has some good stuff going on at his booth. He always shows off the brand new Racesport lights that they got, the new Gen 4 LEDs they got coming out, the new, the D LED ones that they have. They have the drive and the driver, and it's fanless, and it has the CAN bus decoder attached to it.
Yep, absolutely.
Headlights, strips of LEDs, chasing lights. They they had it all.
Yeah, and they were also sponsoring the concession stand. So I saw some people walking around with some chicken tenders and some beers before the happy hour happened. So, I mean...
I was pretty hungry, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, wow, where did that come from? So thank you very much. Right, Dean?
Yep, and then...
Ace Bracewell. Oh, sorry.
Yep, and then DS18 next, Jason and the boys from Enzo Motoring. I think just about everybody knew these guys were there.
No, not at all.
They showed up with some a pretty penny worth of vehicles.
Yeah, not one, not two, but 3 vehicles they showed up with. Definitely was a bunch of head turners. They had a McLaren there. They had the little, I want to say Hyundai Fit. It was, and then the T-Rex and those things too were awesome.
Yeah.
They also sponsored the bracelets.
Yep. Or the lanyards.
The lanyards. I'm sorry, DS18. Everybody's walking around with the DS18 lanyards with the nice vendor attendee. That was all sponsored by DS18. So thank you very much, DS18, for sponsoring.
Yeah, and there was a lot of speakers in that booth that were active. I mean, they're just like all over the place. We might need some DS18 like earplugs sponsored next time for when you're walking by there. I still like trying to shake some of it out.
Dude,
putting the system I just put in my car to shame here.
It put my system to shame. They turned it up. I was like, whoa, all right, yep, it's there. So thank you very much, DS18, Jason and the boys from DS18, Enzo Motoring, and all the other crew.
Yep. And then we had Carlos and Ken over at the Kicker booth. They were the sponsors of our lunch buffet. I think again that's like one of the probably the second most popular of the buffets that we have there outside of the drink buffet that we do at the end. So that was awesome. Again, Kicker, huge sponsor. They're growing with us as well. So a lot of you guys are supporting Kicker more and more. So great to have that support at the show as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Kicker. Next one was Metra. Freaking, you couldn't miss Jonathan. You could not miss this guy. He says, "Oh, I'm not big." He walks on. He's like, "Rah, rah." I was like, "Yup, you're not missing Jonathan." So thank you very much, Jonathan. The training was awesome. Metra has such a huge line of products. They're from dash kits, from lighting, from installation products, tape, crimp caps, wheel rings.
I mean, you saw us when we did them as a vendor spotlight. I mean, this thing was loaded up here before, and again, another huge sponsor for us. They actually helped out when you were coming in and getting checked in by Lexi and Shelby and Topher and all the guys. It was the registration area that they had sponsored. So again, Jonathan, it was the first time meeting you in person, buddy. Awesome. It was great. I think first time was at the bar before the show.
Yeah, and I'm a little jelly. I need to work on my figure because that man is huge. I mean, I don't mean fat. I mean like he is buff. If you could not have missed him at the show. So
yeah. Tell us what you really feel about him, right? No.
Guns for. I want those guns.
Should Shelby be a little jealous right now?
No.
And then I'll go in one. Streamlight also. There was some unforeseen circumstances that came up at the end, so unfortunately they couldn't attend there, but it was still platinum sponsor. So Streamlight, if you're watching, we do have a little something for you. I think some of the other platinum sponsors were posing with the plaques, so we got one for you as well. Next time we see you, we'll be happy to present that to you. So
correct.
Shout out to Streamlight as well.
People that don't know Streamlight, well, you kind of do know Streamlight. They do a lot of flashlights, from the ones that you see police officers carry with, EMS, headlight flashlights, the switchblade flashlight, which a lot of people use for installations. Check them out, streamlight.com. They have a lot of lighting. They're your lighting source.
Yep, absolutely. And then the first booth, as soon as you walked in,
was Fortin.
Yep, you had JP right there waiting for you.
Yep, JP, our man. So if you haven't dealt with Fortin, definitely take a look at them. They are the largest, literally, I'm not even kidding you, the largest T-harness based company for remote starters. They have the modules, bypasses, and also the T-harnesses for a lot of vehicles.
Oh yeah,
a few thousand, shall we say? So definitely, it was great to see you guys there. They're our friends from the north.
Yep, right over the border.
Yep, literally came driving from Canada all the way down.
We had to pull JP off the golf course because it was getting a little nice, so we had to pull him off the golf course, get him at the show here.
What was he practicing his 9-hole tee? But thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yep. Gave away some of them Flashling mobiles. So some of the guys that got those Flashling mobiles that maybe if you haven't tried Fortin before, pick a little something up. Support Fortin for giving away those at the show. So thank you very much.
Next up was JVC. Steve. They were one of the platinum sponsors. They also sponsored one of the accommodations. Hotel rooms and stuff like that. So thank you very much, JVC. If you guys did not pay attention to the JVC booth, they had a lot of interesting radios on display, a lot of interesting amplifiers. That 10-inch tablet, I want one of those.
Oh yeah, and JVC again. We've been with JVC in a previous iteration, kind of a new-ish. It's a new old face on the team, and I'll tell you, the GoFast team is very, very happy to have you guys back on board.
Correct. So if you need any JVC products, give us a call. We're there to serve you.
Yep, and good seeing you, Steve. I think the last time we saw Steve Cote, we were also north of the border. That was one of the times there.
Yeah, we were north of the border. You're absolutely correct. So it's inside joke. Sorry. Next was Putco. Putco had, thank you very much, Will, for coming down with that cool truck.
Yep.
Let me tell you, a lot of questions, a lot of dealers came up to me and went, how do I get some of that stuff? Because it was emergency lighting he had on it. It was, if you were close to the truck, you knew that it was an emergency vehicle. It had lights everywhere, amber and white. So a lot of questions were asked, a lot of, thank you very much for bringing that truck. It was awesome. Your product's great.
Yeah, and we got some really good feedback from Will. Actually, he was one of the guys that gave us the feedback that said the dealers were very engaging. So, Will, we appreciate the feedback on that one. And again, another shout out to you guys, all the dealers watching that did go and support all these guys. But Putco, thank you very much.
Correct. Vox, pretty much everybody knows Vox. Paul, Joe, Mike Betts.
Mike there, yeah.
You can go on and on. These guys are,
they show up in force. They got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
I think, again, another one of our previous vendor spotlights, and we went through the whole...
Kind of a little bit of the line.
I was going to say, the whole line in about a short period of time. I don't even know if that's possible.
They've got a lot. Blind spot detectors, remote starters. They do some drop-down TVs, rear view mirrors. Jesus Christ, collision avoidance.
You name it, it's going to be under the umbrella somewhere. So, we could spend all day there. But, again, these guys always show up in force, too. Awesome. Always a well-attended booth. So, thank you to the guys over at Vox.
Next up is Alpine, Roy, Colette, and Colin. Thank you very much for bringing down that Jeep. It sounded superb. Showing off the Jeep, obviously, head unit that a lot of people were like, ooh, that's awesome. And getting explained that not only does it have built-in navigation, CarPlay, etc., it also does trail tracking. So pretty much a lot of you guys that own Jeep Wranglers, you love going off-roading. I know I do. And the worst thing is to get lost in the middle of the woods not knowing how the hell to get back.
Yeah.
So you guys developing that is a big, big thing for the Jeep community. Thank you.
And that nav, shareable too. So when you hit that trail, you got a buddy you want to go see if they can keep up with you, beat your record on a trail. Yep. You could pass that piece over. They could pull that right up. But awesome stuff. And I think they really timed everything right because a lot of new stuff from Alpine just got released.
Yeah.
Some of which we have in stock as well.
Not yet.
Perfect timing for the show. They were able to go ahead and demo all that stuff out. If you didn't have a chance to take a look at it, go check it out because it's not just a revamp of the previous year's models. We got a lot of new cool features that are out there. So again, thank you very much.
Well, it's now Alps Alpine. So thank you very much, Alps Alpine. You guys were awesome. Yeah. The next one is Rockford Fosgate, Jerry. Jerry did a phenomenal job showing off all the cool Rockford products that they had there. Hard-hitting subwoofers have always been a very positive thing with Rockford.
Yep.
Great sounding speakers. They do a lot of marine stuff for UTVs, ATVs. They also do it for boats. So definitely take a look at Rockford. Thank you, Rockford, for being a platinum sponsor.
Rockford been on the team here at GoFast for
a long time.
Yeah, since the inception here. So again, most of you guys familiar.
How do you think of those words? Inception. I can't even think of those words.
I read the dictionary. As soon as we get out of here, I either go back to the desk and I pick up the phone and like start trying to do selling, or I just read the dictionary.
What I think is you got the dictionary on your desk, and as you speak to customers, you choose a word of the day, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to use that.
Yeah, get that rip-off calendar.
Thingamabobbers.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Yeah, I think that might be tomorrow's.
But thank you very much, Rockford. Appreciate it. You guys did a phenomenal job. A lot of heavy hitter subs there. Next, we want to thank Kenwood, Kelly, and Josh. Another superstar at the shows.
Another longtime GoFast teammate.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of brand new products, downfire boxes that just slam. That another 10-inch screen, just like the JVC one, that does Wi-Fi, touchscreen, it Maestro. It does it all. CarPlay Android Auto, wireless CarPlay Android Auto. You also had a pretty neat piece that you were showing off, was that motorcycle front and rear camera.
The nice display.
Yeah, the little
we had there.
If you guys didn't get a chance to see it, it actually was a little display on the side. It had a front camera, rear camera with a push button. And what that push button is, let's say you think outside the box with that system. It's not just for motorcycles. Think of UTVs, think of boats, think of Harleys, think of cars. It's recording front and rear, and then when you want to record something and like an incident, you hit the button, it automatically starts recording. So to me, I'm thinking of like when I'm in my race car, I have one facing forward and then one racing inside of me. So I can hit the button and review exactly when I'm racing to see what I missed. Did I miss a shift in an automatic car? You know what I mean? Did I not take launch control off? Did I hold my trans brake too long? It's a great piece to review certain actions that you did, whether you're on a boat. I could think of several places to put on a boat. One in the front, one in the rear, one in the front, one in the captain's cub, to record certain things, incidents that can happen.
Yeah, and again, I think, and I had it was actually Ronnie at Carisma, a little shout out there, but we were having a great talk about the displays. Awesome for being a passive salesman in your showroom. Again, a lot of times you'll get people that'll come in, maybe they have a truck, maybe they got a car, maybe they get a remote starter put in.
Yep.
You don't necessarily know what they got at home. Maybe they don't tell you they got 10 side-by-sides, they own 50 acres, and they rip these things around all the time. So having something like that in the showroom, really, really awesome. Nice passive salesperson.
Absolutely, and there is a promo going on with that particular display. Get in touch with your salesperson. It is going to require a certain amount of buy-in in order to get that display.
Yep, and also I just wanted to say thank you to Josh, because I give that guy's phone number out quite a bit, so I had to make sure that everything was okay there, because that guy is definitely help out. He's the tech support guy, so if you ever call and you have any issues, most of you guys may have spoken to him already, but now you get to put the
face to the name.
Yeah, which was really nice across the board,
yeah.
too. Really nice across
Very
the board.
smart person, knows both JVC Kenwood products. You get it stuck, in a product issue with... He's actually the one that told me about the release of the DDX26 firmware update to, fix a lot of the issues with the Sirius XM on him. And he with him telling me that and sending me the software, it helped out all the problems. So thank you very much, Josh. Shout out to you. You go above and beyond always.
Here, let's go into here to keep the flow going. We'll go down. We're going to go ADS next. So that was another one of our platinum sponsors. Matt working the booth for us. So thank you very, very much.
Who's ADS?
iDataLink. Oh. Maybe a little Maestro, maybe a little bypasses, maybe a little starter.
Okay, that's who Matt is. Okay, I couldn't put a face.
They do a little bit there as well. So, thank you very much. If you have yet to, and I don't, at this point in time, maybe if this was years and years back, maybe you hadn't heard of Maestro, maybe you hadn't given it a shot. But if you have yet to, make sure you give these guys a shot. Again, as we're progressing through, we're getting 2022, we're going to be getting 2023 vehicles in. We know that integration is becoming more and more difficult. ADS, a great company to help integrate and make sure that you can still take those jobs in.
Yep.
So whether you're keeping a factory radio and you want to add stuff on afterwards, whether you're replacing a factory radio.
Yeah.
they got you covered.
And they have some pretty cool dash kits that do gauges. If it's a Maestro compatible radio, you can actually get like RPM, speed, boost, all sorts of setup auxiliaries. I'm like, how did they figure out how to integrate all that into a radio? Think about that. Geniuses.
Yeah, and again, the one thing I like to point out about Maestro as well is that you don't have to have a Maestro compatible radio in all cases. So when you're going through and you're looking up the vehicle that you're about to work on, you can actually determine whether or not you have to have a Maestro compatible radio. So just because the customer asks for something single DIN, they don't even need Bluetooth, they just want something in there to listen to AM, FM radio, you could technically, in some cases, still use Maestro, and it could be the most appropriate solution for the customer as well. So if you are not familiar with it, make sure you check it out, or you can ask us.
Yeah, exactly. Next off, we're going to do XK Glow. Thank you very much, Jay Lambert. Awesome display. And forgot the gentleman's name that was with him. But you two were very knowledgeable.
Yeah, in XK Glow, one thing I love to say about them as well, if you were at our virtual summit, which we had to do, our virtual expo, which we had to do, unfortunately, because of things that were going on over the past couple years.
COVID.
Did a really awesome job there. I mean, awesome job of the show as well, but I always love to shout that out because I was really, really impressed with it. A little like motorcycle and everything.
You're right.
All around.
The wheel ring lights and all the underlighting of the car and how it's all app control based. And not only that, dual zone app controlled. So anybody that saw my vehicle, I had the Triton Charger that was in the booth. It actually had XK Glow in the rear trunk where I had the sign lit up in red, and you could have it do different things, pulsing, strobing, etc. And then I had the subwoofer box area, in blue, doing pulsing and breathing and stuff. So thank you very much, XK Glow.
Yeah, and it's again, it seemed like there was like a point in time when the RGB stuff, and I'll even use an old term like the neon kits that we used to install back in the day. It seemed like that was kind of like slowing down for a bit. That's like coming back big.
I see that a lot.
It's happening. It's not just on cars. It's on side by side. It's on motorcycles. It's on boats.
The
they
rods,
got everything covered.
The whips, there are a lot. I see a lot of UTVs and ATVs with the whips on them now that light up. I see a lot of people driving around. I like you said, 1990s coming back, and it's coming back heavy. A lot of cars with underglow now.
Fast and Furious 55 or whatever we're at right now. I mean, everybody trying to hook it up. I got to get my Super
TSX.
out of
Yeah, right. You need to get that TSX
That's
hooked
right.
up
That's
with some lights.
TSX, I forgot.
You keep forgetting.
TSX. and TJ's that offered to dynamite my trunk when you won that at the show. That's still out there. Kind of a joke, but not really, because I'm getting a little rattle in the trunk now.
He is. He's real anal about that rattle. So TJ's, he might be calling you.
Yep.
We want to thank Audio Control Matt. Did a phenomenal job. If you guys didn't go through that booth, he had one of their marine amplifiers in a fish tank, just spraying water on it, and it was like half dunked in there. I was like, what?
Yeah, so it's like sometimes when you hear about something being element ready, we all know that there are some things that say they're element ready, then you put them in, and well, maybe not so much. I think that demo kind of proved that that's an element ready piece. But going back to kind of what we had mentioned with ADS, very, very difficult in a lot of new vehicles to integrate. If you are not familiar with audio control, you need to be.
Yeah.
Again, even in said 2006 TSX, it's got an 8-channel system. It's actually kind of difficult to integrate and change everything out if you want to keep the factory radio like this guy did. And audio control helped me execute in my car. So.
Yeah, you needed all the help you could get.
Ain't that the truth?
Audio control makes a lot of OEM integration pieces. So, you have the LC1i for subs, LC2i that does subs, Acubase, bass knob control, and also high frequencies, LC6i, LC7i, LC8i. Can all take, your existing speaker lead in, and it's a processor, and it processes the signal, ups the voltage, becomes your remote turnout. So you put your turn on into the audio control, set up your settings, out, and now you have your full system ready to go. They make DSP amplifiers, they make DSP processors, they make crossovers, they make EQs, they make anything that has to do with high fidelity audio. audio control makes in processors and also, different electronics that they carry. Now they're dabbing more and more into amplifiers. So that's where they were showing off that element ready amplifier in a fishbowl playing music. And I found that kind of neat that, you put that in a fishbowl. I'm like, wow.
Oh, yeah. And these guys are always ready to help. So if you ever run into any snags with some of those new systems, again, you try some, it don't work, you're hitting a roadblock, reach out to these guys. They're always there to help out. And most of the time, they're going to have the solution for you, too.
We also want to thank Triton Audio. They were another platinum sponsor. Jason did a phenomenal job talking to dealers, showing them the subwoofers, the amps, the display that we had going on there.
Yeah, I think somebody's car was in the booth there too.
Yeah, I had the Triton Charger there. If you didn't get a chance to hear it, definitely get in touch with one of us. It absolutely slammed. Those SX woofers are absolutely no joke. They make interior speakers, they make amplifiers, and there's going to be more and more marine coming out.
Sound bars, marine stuff. Yeah, I'm an SX sub owner myself. Most of you, if you're like within maybe 10 miles of the warehouse here, we'll hear Barry's system rocking down. He's another SX sub owner, so thank you very much to Triton. That's an EDA exclusive line as well. So in this area in particular, GoFast is going to be your exclusive resource for Triton Audio. It is a nationwide line, but in this area, you got to check us out. So if you have any questions with Triton, come see us. But thank you, Jason. You did an awesome job at the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we appreciate the support there.
And last but not least,
which we're going to tie in for a reason, our vendor spotlight for right after the show, Memphis. So we had Ellis, we had Nick, we had Chad.
They had the pretty cool car in the booth with that humongous VIV woofer that has the 7-inch voice coil. When they turned that thing on, I was like, holy crap, look at how that thing moves air and look how it sounds.
Yeah, I am also a 6.5 amplifier owner. That's part of that mix in that 06 TSX. So
loves that car.
I just keep dropping that one. I do like that.
How many miles on your car now?
Too many.
Yeah. I asked him, hey, Ben, so when are you going to get a new one? He goes, it'll be another 10 years before I get rid of this baby.
10 years, 100,000 miles. It's like a Hyundai warranty.
But definitely Memphis, you have a ton of unique product.
Which we'll go over.
Yeah, we're going to go over. Want to say thank you for being a platinum sponsor also. But we'll roll into the product spotlight of the week.
We would be remiss if we did not also mention that QR code scavenger hunt, everything we did with the Evency app. That was from Memphis. So thank you for sponsoring that portion of it. I think that was a really cool
idea.
Really cool addition to the mix. So before we go into the spotlight, pointing that out, I think we did a lot of cool new things this year.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter what we think about. I mean, I guess it does to a certain extent, but it really don't matter what we think about it. We need to know what you guys think about it. So it could be in the comments below. It could be when you get us on the phone. You can email us, smoke signals. You can send it snail mail. I don't care how you do it, but give us some feedback on the things that you liked about the show, the things that maybe we could have done a little bit better. You won't hurt our feelings on there. This show is for you guys. Thank you for coming out, but we got to get you back next year too. We got to get you to our winter summit in the fall. So anything we could do to make that experience better for you guys, let us know. We would love to get that feedback. I think we got a lot of it already.
Yep.
But keep that stuff flowing in. And any vendors that are watching as well, I think we tried to go around and ask a couple of you guys as well. But any feedback that you got, let us know. Again, this is a GoFast, we got our names on everything, but this is a vendor partner and a dealer show, really.
Absolutely.
We just kind of facilitate it, but you guys are the ones that are superstars of it. So anything that we can do to make that a better experience, hit us up with this. Let us know.
And any dealer and vendor that's been with us since the beginning of time can tell you that this show has absolutely morphed to what it is today. Yeah, exactly. I keep saying bigger, bigger, bigger. But if it wasn't because of your comments and what can we do to make it more exciting, make it more bigger, make it more, interesting, it wouldn't be what the show is today. So thank you very much. We do listen. Trust me. Well, you know that saying, I'm gonna use installers love to talk to vendors and tell them, hey, why don't you try this? Hey, why don't you try that? And vendors will listen. We definitely do that. Thank you very much for your comments. Leave it below. Facebook, email, like Ben said, Snapchat, text message, something that you think we can add on.
Sidewalk chalk.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. We don't care. Give it to us. We love it. But yeah, and again, it's a good point there. Everything that you guys say at these shows, it does not fall on deaf ears. The vendors take all of this stuff very, very seriously. They love to hear that feedback, so keep that going for them as well. When you come to these shows, just like you did this year, be super engaging. The vendors put out a lot of time, they put out a lot of effort, they put out a lot of money. They sacrifice time with their families. A lot of people come from across the country, maybe outside of the United States in some cases to come here. So do them the service of engaging with them and letting them know if you have any questions, concerns, anything about their products. Keep continuing to give that feedback because that's huge for them as well. Absolutely. Because again, it's nice to come out. It's nice to see some stuff or to get some free goods. But again, this is really about learning more stuff for your business, trying to take stuff back, and then making more money. We gave away a lot of stuff at the show, but I think the biggest thing you guys took with you is knowledge on how to do better at your shop for your customers, how to make more money, and how to be more profitable.
Correct. Knowledge is power. Let me tell you, especially for some shop owners and installers, just trying to get over the hump of the hurdle of you figuring out, what's next in your business. Let me tell you, this was a great opportunity to learn more and just get focused.
Special guest.
What's up, bro?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
How you doing? How you feeling?
There's a special guest coming in.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to the show. Great seeing everybody. Sorry to interrupt.
What, that was it?
I just wanted to say hi.
Oh,
all
I
right.
thought you were going to eat like a flaming chip or something. But
Not today.
Okay.
But thank you very much, you guys.
All right.
And
so,
now-
yeah, I guess now we can get on to it. So, our QR code scavenger hunt. Wow, you got to watch out what you say on these things live. No, I don't believe so at all. You never know. But QR code scavenger. Is there a time delay? Do we have like a 7-second where you can hit the button on this thing? Either way. But sponsor Memphis. So let's get into some of the stuff we got out here for Memphis.
Thank you very much once again, Memphis, for being a platinum sponsor at our show. Once again, you guys made the show awesome. Came down with that cool car, came down with some cool products, showing off to our dealers. You make a ton of car audio equipment for car audio, the car audio enthusiasts. I wanted to start off with something that I had down here. So this piece is pretty cool. These are wakeboard tubies with a compression horn on them. You guys make a 6.5 and an 8-inch. Anybody that hasn't heard these tubies, they need to. These things are loud and clear. They do come with the clamps, and they do come with obviously the subwoofer and the tube itself. These things sound phenomenal.
Yep, and if you've been out in a lake or a river somewhere, maybe you have heard them. You don't know. They're on a lot of boats out there.
A lot of boats.
But yeah, they're going to do marine stuff, obviously, but they're also going to do stuff for the car as well.
So a lot of you guys that were wondering what amplifiers were in that vehicle that was demoing in the Memphis booth with that humongous subwoofer. I'm telling you, I'm still impressed on the quality of sound from that thing. Well, they were using the VIV, the 6.5 series amplifiers. These amplifiers are not only very powerful in power, but they also have one key element that a lot of car audio shops are kind of missing the curve on, and I think it's DSPs. So DSPs, if you don't know what that is, that's a digital signal processor. So the days of EQ and crossover, you can take those and just chuck them out the window. That was 1990. The days of DSPs is the future. Well, DSP is practically both built into one module that you can control frequencies, time delayed. You can control, what else? You can control staging. You can control pretty much anything on an amplifier with a DSP. A lot of Harley guys use DSPs. A lot of UTV guys use DSPs. Memphis has incorporated DSPs on their VIV series, the 6.5 series amplifiers. So definitely check them out. I think it's awesome that they're incorporating that in their amplifiers. So definitely take a look at VIV. We also have the Power Reference Series and the Street Reference Series. Power Reference Series is the middle of the line. Powerful amplifiers, small chassis, really, really nice looking clean setup. The cover up top here is where you actually access the settings of the amplifier. So definitely check it out. The SRXs are the same. They do EQs and crossovers also. For the people that don't really want to get into DSPs, and you're used to crossovers and EQ, Memphis still does them.
Very popular still. Very, very popular.
Very popular, yeah, exactly. Very popular still. They do marine radios, gauge style radios. So, anybody that's looking for a radio for their boats, UTV, side by side, take a look at Memphis. They make a lot of unique marine stuff that you can add a secondary remote to it. So, take a look at that.
Yep, and I think that's really important that you mentioned that. I think a lot of times we think a lot of the waterproof stuff, we just think of boats. Man, side-by-sides, UTVs,
motorcycles.
All that stuff, motorcycles, golf carts. I mean, tons of stuff that you can use all this stuff in. And again, kind of roll into that. Almost dumped itself over.
I got it.
Jet skis. I mean, you could put
sound
bars on there, so they're ready to outfit all those kind of vehicles as well.
5-channel marine amplifier, one of the few that actually do that type of amplifier. So check it out. 5-channel marine amplifier, awesome. Then they dab into the pro audio world. So for all you guys that
I'll let you sneak over that way, buddy.
Oh, okay. Thank you. For all you customers that like pro audio, Memphis dabs with pro audio. So they've been doing it for quite some time now. They have a kit that comes with the 6.5 coaxials. The mid ranges. The 2.5-inch compression horns with the crossovers already as a kit complete.
Yep, we got the SRX series out there, but they got the Mojo Pros as well. Yeah, a lot of you guys are now starting to get into the pro audio stuff. It's starting to become more and more popular. This is something Memphis already got in the bag. They've already been doing this. So if you haven't explored that stuff, make sure you take a look at that as well.
They also make nano boxes. If you're not familiar with nano box, pretty much anybody who wants a subwoofer and doesn't have a room, F-150s, a Chevy S10. Back in the day, everybody ran around with S10s in there. They wanted audio, but only had a single cab, no room anywhere. Look at the NanoBox. NanoBox is a self-enclosed 10-inch subwoofer with a built-in amplifier that absolutely slams.
Yeah, and it's awesome for somebody that comes in, wants to keep everything hidden. Maybe they're not looking for that beautiful install that I believe I'm going to shout out Act Audio on that one. They were the ones that took care of that, the Memphis booth. But if they didn't want that kind of install on their vehicle, maybe they want something that's going to go under a C or hide nice. Awesome solution for any vehicle.
And
he's coming back. Don't worry.
I'm coming. Like I was stating earlier, the SRX amplifiers, gorgeous amplifiers.
I'll go grab the last one.
Grab the last one. Got it. So they make from a small mono amplifier to 4 channels to 5 channels to big amplifiers at a cost-effective price. So it goes entry level, medium, and then you've got the King Daddy right here. So take a look at that.
We're about to block ourselves out here, but I'm just going to go in and I'm going to throw in a set of PRX slim speakers. They got a slim line of speakers as well. I've been hearing that a lot. Harder and harder, again, not just radios, but to fit speakers in a lot of applications. They've got a solution there as well. We do have a couple boxes under here. I don't even know if we're strong enough to lift these things over here. That's some of those Mojo and M7 subs. I don't even know if we could fit them up here. These are some big, bad subs.
Yeah, heavy.
Yeah, Memphis has a huge selection. It's not just one line, as we could tell. Huge selection of different subwoofers for different applications.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, boy.
They also make what's called, a lot of you guys that have iPhone, specifically iPhone owners, you guys have earbuds in a little case. Well, Memphis makes their version of those M-Buds, and it's called the M-Bud Air. These things come in a rechargeable case. Put them in your ear, just like iPod, iPad, whatever. I'm not an user, but
iPhone 6.
Yeah, he's still got an iPhone 3. You know it's true. But they make some of the coolest, best sounding earbuds in the market. Give them a try. Give your sales rep a call. They're priced very aggressive, so I think you might want to pick some up.
And here's a little tip for you. If you were to go to Memphis's training, they had actually given away some of those.
They did?
In the training. They did. So I know a bunch of people came up to me super excited about those. So
How the hell did I miss out on that?
listen, buddy, you got to go to the trainings. That's very important things. Well, we get to throw those little things in there too. That's sort of some of the important stuff about going to these trainings and going to learn about the stuff. Some guys got rewarded, and I think that was an awesome gift. So thank you to Memphis for that one as well. I mean, all the vendors did a lot of sponsoring, but again, Memphis, thank you very much for the QR code scavenger hunt.
That was I tell you, I like that because last year, or sorry, not last year.
That one up again.
Not last year, but the previous before COVID. Everybody that went to our show 2 years ago, no, we were the last show, and it's funny I even say this, last distributor show of the pretty much since COVID. We literally got the next day, the whole country was shut down. And then we are the first distributor show in the United States again.
I think so.
And, well, maybe. I don't know. It could be some happening.
We're the first one. Well, no, I was going to say we're the only one that matters in this area.
In the East Coast.
Yeah, forget about everybody else.
So,
go fast.
Yeah. So, we appreciate you guys coming down. We appreciate all the vendors that, that definitely attended the show. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. I know I did. I know Ben did. Scott, Nate, Barry, Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
Ed Rosado.
Yeah, it was a great, and also it was a great opportunity to put some of those voices, match them up to some faces.
Yeah.
Again, we've been dealing with you guys in some cases for a decade or more, and unless you come to the shows, sometimes we won't even end up seeing you. So it's really nice to get that there too. I mean, again, I think a lot of us feel like we're a family, so it's good to actually be able to get and shake hands and all that kind of stuff, get engaging. So it's great for that. So make sure that you attend these things. It's very, very important because we got more coming. I mean, I don't want to Jonathan's going to start crying now if I start talking about it, but we're going to have a winter summit coming up. And before we know it, guess what? MX 2023, baby. Oh, Bob Hernandez, I think just he ended up having to go home today. Hopefully you're doing all right, Bob. But I think just by saying that, Bob might have been just passed back out, knowing that he's got another Mobile Expo coming down the pipe at some point in time.
But it's always fun times. Great to see everybody, like Ben said, put faces to voices. It's funny because a person that I spoke to and I make fun of all the time, not saying make fun of because I feel like he's more of a family member than a customer, but it's Colin. And, he came to the show for the first time after dealing with him for decades. And I knew when he walked the door, the voice. And I'm like, Colin? And yes, I do call him Colin. So it was nice to he just said, Johnny? And, we big old hug. And it was nice to see faces that I have not seen. There was, I lost count how many people, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people at the show. And at the morning and even at night when we were doing the giveaways, it was wow, thank you. That was impressive.
Yep. Yeah. And before we go, I do want to also say that, again, obviously dealers, the vendors, you guys are awesome. You guys got to thank myself. You guys got to thank Jonathan. I think a lot of the sales guys got a lot of praise on this one, but we got a lot of people on our team and behind the scenes at Designer that put a ton of effort into this show. And there's some faces that you will never see. There's some voices that you'll never hear, but they have put a ton of work in. So whether it's our finance department, whether it's our purchasing department, our warehouse, DP, I think DP probably shaved off a decade of his life for this thing. I mean, I think he got about 45 minutes of sleep in the past 6 months trying to get this thing off the ground. But thank you to our team as well. I want to make sure we shout them out. Obviously, the sales guys, like I said, we try to do our best, but a lot of you guys get to thank us. You didn't have an opportunity to thank them, so I want to make sure we thank them.
Correct.
And if you ever do talk to them, you see them at the show. Topher and Mike were there. Lexi was up front. Shelby was there. So if you ever see them at the show, make sure you thank them as well, because again, you may think it's just us, but this is a really huge team effort. Everybody pulls out all the stops for it. Blake, I didn't forget about you either.
Well, he's still suffering. He's still suffering from the teddy bear, so you got to give him a minute or two.
But yeah, these guys guys and gals put tons and tons of work into this. So thank you to them as well.
Absolutely.
Last thing, thank you again to you guys for helping us pull it off and making it a huge success.
And Ben, thank you. Thank you for putting up with my crap.
You mean the number one?
Stop
I know he hates it when I do that.
I want to say thank you because you've always backed me up. Every time that all my team, my crew, all the salespeople, I could say special thanks to Nate, Scott, Mike,
Barry,
Ben.
yeah.
Well, you're Ben. Barry, it just it was
team effort.
The team effort. You guys definitely, when we're all on the phones, we try to cover each other as much as we can. You guys, listen, we're a team. And we're not only just a team, we're a family.
Yeah, one team, one dream mentality here.
Exactly. So that's the way we like to keep it. And let's, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, guys. And this is a personal thank you. This isn't something that I wrote up or this is a personal thank you.
Nobody twisting our arm on this one.
No. So just want to say thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, so we did it. We made it. We got past the show. Holy cow.
Hey. See you in 6 months for another show, and we'll see you next Friday.
Maybe we'll see you next week, too.
Well, we'll see you next Friday for live, and we'll have some other things going on.
Awesome.
But congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to all the vendors. Congratulations to all the dealers. Thank you. You guys made this humongous.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Have a good one, boys and girls.